Hey guys, and welcome to your next video. So in this video, we're going to modify our code a little bit. Let's change this multiply function and make it working. Let's go ahead and return x times y. Now, before we can push these changes to our code, first thing we got to save this file. And then we can take a look at what differences that we have made into our code by using the command git diff. This will, as you can see, will show that you have changed pass and changed it to return x times y. We can go ahead and quit this by hitting Q. And then what we can do is we can run a git status in order to check what files have been modified. And as you can see, that calc.py file has been modified. Now we're going to add these files to our staging directory in order to be committed. So let's go ahead and add these files by the git-.a command. If we run a git status now, it should say there's no untracked files. And there you go. So what we can do is we can commit these changes right now. So let's do ahead and do a git commit -m, and then for our message, let's say we are multiply, just to represent that we're changing the multiply function. So these files have been committed locally now, but we want to push these into our GitHub account. Right now, the GitHub account is going to look exactly the same, the directory on the GitHub account. Remember, practically, in a use case for these, that you have multiple people working on a piece of code at once. So you want to make sure that your code is up to date before you push any changes. So what we have to do is we need to pull any changes that have been made. So in order to do this, we do a git pull origin master. This will be pulling our file from the remote directory or the remote repository. As in our case, it's already up to date. After we have figured out that there have been no changes made, we can go ahead and push our code now. To do this, it's git push origin master. This will push our code onto our remote repository. And now, even though we have not touched anything into our remote repository, if we take a look at this calc.py file, it has the updated code, return x times y. And that is how you can push to a remote repository. Let's go over a rundown of the remote repository pushing changes. So first, we can see what changes have been made to the code by git diff. Then we need to show the modified files with git status and add those files that have been untracked. After that, let's check the status once again to make sure there's no untracked files. Then we can commit those changes by the git.commit-m command and write a message. These will commit the changes locally, but we still need to push these changes to our remote repository. Remember, before we push any changes, we need to pull the changes that have been made by other developers. After we have done that, we can push our changes with the command git push origin master. That is how you push changes to a remote repository. Thank you for watching.